Hi there guys, this is Niki Rowland for Hip Kit Club, and today I'm making a layout using the really gorgeous April kits. I have the main kit, I also have the Pocket Life kit, the Embellishment kit and the colour kit, I am making a layout today focusing on the B sides of the papers only. So instead of the bright crazy designs that you see, which is the A sides, I'm only using the B sides. So I've chosen to go with a sheet of Maggie Holmes Sunny Days paper. You just saw the back of it there. This here that you can see right on screen right now is the B side. So I'm going to use that as my background paper. Now I don't use coloured paper or pattern paper as my background very often. I tend to use just white. But recently I made a layout where I did use a piece of pattern paper for my background, and I really loved the way it looked. So I'm going to try this more often, and I'm definitely going to do this today. So as I say, I'm using the Maggie Holmes Sunny Days background paper there. It's the B side of that paper, and that is my background. It is soft and subtle, so it's not too crazy, but a B side is perfect for a background for that reason. I've mounted it onto a sheet of pink cardstock that came in the cardstock kit this month, that is just going to be my background, the paper with the pink border around the edge. So I've got some beach photos, so that's why Maggie Holmes Sunny Days was kind of perfect. And I'm just sorting through these amazing acetate alphabet stickers. They're not even stickers, sorry, amazing alphabet acetate letters. I'm trying to spell the words just Beachy. So there's lots of different colours in here, and I'm just trying to find Beachy all in yellow, which I've managed, and just all in orange, which I didn't quite manage. So goodness knows where my U has gone for in orange, but it's definitely not in the packet. I've just made do with the lighter shade of orange as well. Okay, so this is a piece of crepe paper La La Love, and this is the B side as well. It's got strawberries all over one side, and it's got the hearts all over the other side, the B side. So I'm just cutting a strip of that and putting that behind my photo. I'm just dressing the edges of my paper layers just to give them a bit of extra dimension. And a bit of separation as well. Making the edges distressed makes them actually a little bit whiter, and that gives them a bit of separation between the paper layer and the next layer that it's sitting on. I'm trying to pull in a few Project Life cards from the Pocket Life kit, I've cut one up there, and I'm going to use that as a little sentiment. I've pulled out two other cards to go behind my photo, but in the end, the yellow doesn't quite match the yellow in the background paper. So in the end, I end up ditching that one. I absolutely love this sheet of embossed, kind of foiled. It's called a die cut. It's a really lovely sheet. It's from the Maggie Holmes Sunny Days collection, and it's kind of foiled, or it's all attached to itself with little tabs, but I've cut them all apart and so therefore I've got a whole bunch of embellishments that I can use there. So yeah, it's called an embossed die cut sheet by Maggie Holmes Sunny Days. There you go. I'm going to get my title in there. So I've just about looks okay with the letter that's the wrong colour, but I can definitely live with it. I've ditched the yellow Project Life card at this point, and I'm just using the white one that's going over on the right hand side of my photos. You'll see also that I decided to move my photos all the way down to the bottom of the layout instead of at the top, which is where they initially started. And now I'm just using one of those Paige Evans Horizon layered tags. I've pulled it apart because I want to use it as a layer, but I don't want to cover up all the lovely bits on it. So I've pulled it apart, and I'll use both elements of that onto the layout, just not quite how they were initially intended. What I'm doing now is I'm using those really lovely Lindy's powders, and I'm just mixing them with some water to create something to add some paint splatters with. So I was just testing it out on that piece of white card I've got there. It was actually what the layered tags were on, I just wanted to see how they painted really. I'm wondering if I can use them for the packaging technique. I'm sure I can, but I'm not going to on this layout. I'm just going to add some subtle splatters, and the peach and the pink are both pretty perfect in terms of colour matches. So I'm just adding my photo stack there. You can see I'm pretty much there. I've got the Project Life card, the B side of the crepe paper, La La Love paper, and that layered tag, along with lovely pieces of gold foil from that embossed die cut sheet. I've also added some stickers, or there's the one on the left. It says something about she shines, which is perfect for my photos, and that is from the embellishment kit this month, and it's the collection is Dear Lizzie. It's all good, and it has some lovely peach tones in. I really love it. Actually, it goes perfectly with this Maggie Holmes Sunny Days collection too. So I'm just going to use some stickers from that sticker sheet there, as well as that little cocktail stick there. It's got flags, and that is from Dear Lizzie, It's All Good collection too. They're like the layered embellishments. I love the way these designers' minds work. That's a flamingo with the body made out of a flower, which is awesome. There's also an ice cream where the two balls of ice cream are flowers. Where do they dream these things up? It's awesome, but no idea how they come up with these ideas. It blows my mind. Anyway, moving on, I've got a whole pack of Maggie Holmes Sunny Days charms. I think there's 8 of them in a pack, and I'm just using 2 of them on my layout. So I'm trying to find there my gold thread. That's just a We Are Memory Keepers one. It's a sewing one. It's meant for a sewing machine, and it's a really lovely thread. It does as it's told, unlike cotton, so it's like kind of metallic. So I'm just putting a tangle behind my little embellishment cluster on the right hand side. I'm also tying it through the 2 charms that I've decided to use on the layout, and I'm going to leave the ends dangling, so I have some metallic gold threads hanging down as well. I'm just getting that stuck on with the glossy accents. The charms do come with the sticker on the back, but because I've put a little thread behind it as well, I just feel like it needs to be held in place a bit more, so I'm just giving it an extra help with some glossy accents. So what I did there was went off and sewed through my letters. They're acetate, so I struggled to attach them. I always struggle to attach them. I'm sure that there must be a decent method somewhere in the world to attach acetate things without your adhesive showing through. I am still to figure it out. If anyone can enlighten me, I'd be delighted to hear of the solution. But what I did, I tried to use my tape gun to tack one of the letters on, but I could totally see the adhesive through it, so I just gave up and I went and machine stitched them on. I just had to be very careful because my letters moved, because they weren't attached at all. They moved as they went through the sewing machine, so I just had to stop after each letter and very carefully feed the next letter through as well. So I added the sewing machine just with white thread, machine stitching through the alphabet title, so the Just Beachy. I went through it each word twice. I also went around the edge of the layout twice to provide a stitched border as well. So I'm nearly done now. I'm just getting the last little bits in place, so I'm adding that extra charm at the top there, again sticking it down with glossy accents, and again I've tied it through with golden thread. Just adding in the last few bits from the Dear Lizzie sticker sheet, so I added that ice cream with the 2 flowers, awesome, and just adding some little label stickers there as well. And finishing off with a couple of enamel dots by Chamel, her awesome new collection, Sparkle City. They are really glittery, lovely little drops of gorgeousness. So just putting in a couple of golden hearts from the embossed die cut sheet there that I'm still going with. Also putting in some acetate hearts. They're from the same pack that the acetate letters came in, and I'm attempting to attach those with glossy accents. They look okay because I really covered the whole thing in glossy accents, so it kind of works just about. So we'll see if they stay on. But yeah, if anyone does have a solution to how to attach acetate, that would be awesome. Okay, so that is me done. There is a close-up of my layout. I just handwrote in some journaling at the end. So thank you so much for joining me today, and grab all your Hip Kit Club kits from the Hip Kit Club website, and have a great day. That was Niki Rowland for Hip Kit Club.